Well, hello, how we doing? It's me, your boy, your friendly neighborhood Matty F baby, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 Pokemon for the Twilight Cup in Pokemon Go. And if you have any disagreements with me, please let me know in the comment section. If you don't like a Pokemon, if you think I missed out on a Pokemon, if you like a better moveset, any of those things, please let me know. I am not all knowing, I am not all powerful. I am none of those things. So let's dive right in. First three we're going to talk about, and these are in no order, these are just my 10 favorite Pokemon for this event, for this tournament. We have Toxicroak, Mycena, and Drapion as our first three we'll cover. So Toxicroak is poison and fighting type. It's vulnerable to ground, 2 times to psychic, and 1 time to flying. I like Poison Jab as the fast move. Counter is also an amazing fast move. They both get 3.5 energy per turn. I like the Poison Jab because it's resisted by less things in this cup. I then had Dynamic Punch and Mud Bomb. The main key to Toxicroak is getting that Mud Bomb. At the 40 energy cost, it is a pretty fast charging move. Also, Poison is the meta for this tournament. Poison Pokemon are going to be on every team. So Toxicroak is like pretty much the best ground attacker for this tournament. Hands down. So yeah, you're gonna want to have a Toxicroak probably. Next we have Mycena, who is just a dark type. He's gonna be vulnerable, or she, depending on the pooch, to fighting, bug, or fairy. I liked Bite as the fast move. It also has Fire Fang, I believe it was, which will be good for dispelling certain Pokemon, but I like the energy on the Bite. It's gonna be super effective against Ghost and Psychic, and they're resisted by a few things. I have Crunch as my charge move with Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is going to be really good against other dark Pokemon, and those are the 2 moves that I liked for Mycena. They charge up decently fast for the Crunch, and the Play Rough, a lot better than the Dazzling Gleam charge up. And then next we have one of the many Poison and Dark type Pokemon, and this is Drapion. The Poison and Dark type Pokemon in this tournament are only going to be vulnerable to the ground. That's Alolan Muk, Skuntank, and Drapion are the big 3 Poison and Dark types that you gotta watch out for, because they just, they're just not vulnerable to much. So yeah, that's why you really want to have a ground Pokemon. Another one besides the Toxicroak that I kind of like for this tournament, that's in an honorable mention, is just a regular Grimer. Mine's only level 30, about 1,000 something CP. I want to level it up and see if I get it higher in CP, bulk it up a little bit if it'll perform better, but I don't want to go and invest the dust right now. So I do like Grimer as another option for taking out these Poison and Dark Pokemon. But back to Drapion. Like I said, only vulnerable to the ground. I have Poison Sting on mine right now. It also has the Dark type move. I believe it's Bite, which I believe is going to be a little bit better for gaining energy. But right now we have Poison Sting, Crunch, and Aqua Tail on ours. Aqua Tail is going to charge up super fast. Okay guys, it's 35 energy. You're not going to want to really go using that against a bunch of Azumarill or the Sharpedo, because as water Pokemon they will resist that. Also the Venusaur, if you run into a Venusaur, it will also resist it. You can see the resistances down there. The Aqua Tail is resisted by the Dragon, the Grass, and the Water. So it just charges up really fast, and yeah, so that's what's good about that, is drawing out a shield. But then again, if you're going up against something like an Azumarill with your Drapion, and you have the Crunch and the Aqua Tail, both your charge moves are going to be resisted. So I maybe would go with the Poison instead of the Dark. The Poison, I forget which Poison move he has, but yeah, the Poison charge move it has instead of the Crunch might be a better option, honestly. Alright, so the next 3 we're going to talk about are Azumarill, Venomoth, and Sableye. So Azumarill is going to be Water and Fairy type, and it's going to be vulnerable to Grass, Electric, and Poison. That girl is poison. Alright, so I have Bubble on mine because, again, it's resisted by less stuff for this tourney. It is going to be resisted by the Venusaur, and then Azumarill itself in a mirror match, or Sharpedo. But the fighting move is just resisted by way more stuff. And then right now mine has Hydro Pump because I haven't decided if I want to put the TM on this one yet, if I'm going to use it or not. And so, but you want Play Rough and Ice Beam, definitely the two ways to go. You want that Fairy, right? You know, it's a water and fairy Pokemon, and the Ice Beam is just a way quicker charge move than the Hydro Pump is. The Hydro Pump will, if you have to go in with the second move being Hydro Pump, if they go in with no shields, it will like one-shot a lot of Pokemon or do like massive damage. So don't be completely thrown off on Hydro Pump, even though it does take a while to charge. I have had a match where, you know, I was able to use a Hydro Pump late match when there were no shields, and you know, it just goes and instantly, you know, took out the Pokemon. So yeah, Azumarill is going to be really good. It's a tanky Pokemon. It's going to take some hits. Next we have Venomoth. If you saw my Toxicroak video, you saw just how powerful Venomoth can be in that matchup personally. That confusion is going to be great for dispelling the Toxicroak. And although I had Gardevoir as a better straight up Toxicroak counter, Venomoth and Alolan Ninetales are both going to be more viable for this tournament, be able to do more things than the Gardevoir will. They have better charge moves and yeah, better stuff in general to go along with them. So anyways, we have Confusion. I did make the mistake in my video about the Toxicroak, or I think it was that one, about the Bug Buzz and Silverwind being, or sorry, about Silverwind being a legacy move. It's definitely not a legacy move. We have got Silverwind on our Venomoth now, and we opened up the second move on it. And yeah, so Silverwind is going to go at 45 energy cost. That's a low energy cost. And I have Psychic there as well, for the same kind of reason as I have the, you know, as the use as like the Hydro Pump right now on the Azumarill. Like I said, I want the Fairy move on it, but you know, you kind of use the Psychic the same way. Later in a match, there's no shields. You know, you come in with Confusion, and let's say you've brought in your you led with your Venomoth, you got up some energy, and then you took them out before using a single charge move, and brought someone in that was going to resist, you know, your anticipated charge move for the Pokemon you're facing. You know, the lead Pokemon for your opponent. So you know, you made that switch to try to take less damage than the Venomoth would have, and so now you come back later. There's no shields, and you actually have the Psychic almost ready. So you go and drop one Confusion, it gets your Psychic ready to go. You drop the Psychic, and you know, you're gonna one-shot some stuff, like especially the Psychic, or sorry, the Poison and the Fighting types, like, you know, like the Toxicroak and some other poisons as well too. But yeah, so Venomoth's really good. Sableye, you know, it's gonna cost a lot of dust to get him up to like 1500, or you know, his like, you know, his premium CP for these Great League tourneys, but matches. But anyways, only vulnerable to Fairy, the Ghost, and the Dark type. So also got like Spiritomb that's only vulnerable to Fairy. But anyhow, this is a better Pokemon. Shadow Claw gets so much energy per turn. Yo, it gets so much energy per turn. And then I got Shadow Sneak and Foul Play, both just two low energy moves. And yeah, you're gonna see some Foul Plays coming off pretty quick and be like, what? I thought that seems pretty fast. Yeah, so you know, Ghost is not the greatest type for this tournament, but with the Dark type and only being resisted to Fairy, and with how fast of an energy gaining charge move it has, along with how low of energy cost, or fast move, sorry. The fast move gains energy fast, and the charge moves are low energy moves. So that's a great combo for this tourney. So if you got a high CP Sableye, strongly consider using it. Next we have Sharpedo, Skuntank, and Golbat. Alright, so Sharpedo is going to be water and dark type. It has a lot of vulnerabilities, y'all. A lot. But it can get them poison fangs off pretty heckin' quick, and it has a lot of DPS. Like, it has a lot of, it hits hard. Anyway, so we got Bite, which is going to gain some energy pretty quickly, and it also has Waterfall. We went the Bite, and then you got Poison Fang as the charge move of choice with the 35 energy cost, and then you also got Crunch at 45. It gets Water or Hydro Pump as well, but you know, besides those niche uses late game where you might be able to use it, you don't want to go in with those kind of moves. So you might be able to use it, but yeah, the Psychic's a little different than the Hydro Pump because you don't want to go in with Bug Buzz and Silverwind on your Venomoth, right? So you might as well, if you got a second move unlocked, might as well go with the Psychic instead of a Bug Buzz. So anyway, Skuntank, another one of the Poison and Dark types, only vulnerable to ground. I got the Bite on this one to start. I just gotta say, I haven't faced many Skuntanks. I don't have a Skuntank in the Great League. I have one that's a Stunky that it's just, I'd have to put a lot of Stardust in it, so I haven't even tried yet. And so I haven't got much experience with Skuntank, so I don't know from personal experience, but it does look like a good Pokemon. The Flamethrower is going to be great for things like Venomoth, the Alolan Ninetales, Venusaur. That is just incredible there. Maybe go with a Poison Fast Move instead of a Dark. I don't have as much experience. I just looked very quickly at Skuntank, and I know it's getting a lot of love, and I do definitely understand why. I can see the Flamethrower, the Crunch, the only vulnerable to ground. Yeah, low energy cost, and just the Flamethrower isn't extremely low energy, but it's kind of low energy. It's low-ish, and then it's going to be countering a lot of, you know, niche things like the Bug, Grass, and then, you know, even the Mawile with the Steel. So yeah, just that Flamethrower as a charge move can be pretty crucial, and I might try to get a Skuntank. I don't know yet if I can. Anyways, next we have Golbat. You guys have all heard about the Golbat. It is going to be poison and flying, vulnerable to a decent amount of stuff as well. Psychic, Rock, Electric, and Ice. Wing Attack is going to be a great move for fighting like the Venomoth, the Venusaur, and like that Toxicroak, yo. Like, it's going to be great for that. And it's got Poison Fang, which is a great low energy cost move. And then I have Shadow Ball on mine, which I was looking up to see if it was going to be better than Ominous Wind, if Ominous Wind was Legacy or not. And I stumbled upon a Reddit post where they showed me that the TDO is like 50 more using like Shadow Ball or something than the, I don't know. I gotta look into it better. I got Shadow Ball right now. Let me know. Do y'all think Ominous Wind or Shadow Ball is better for, you know, because Ghost is not that amazing of a type for this tourney, and I think basically what they're saying is that it's a little more energy, but it's a lot more damage. Last but not least, we have Alolan Ninetales. Gonna be a great counter for Golbat. It's gonna be a decent counter for Toxicroak. And a couple other things, like the Venusaur is going to take super effective damage from the Side Shock and the Powder Snow. But anyways, Alolan Ninetales, Ice and Fairy type, vulnerable to a decent amount, 2 times the Steel, watch out. We got Fire, Poison, and Rock. We got Powder Snow with 4 energy per move, which is every 2 turns. That's pretty freaking good. And then we got Side Shock, 45 energy cost, not bad at all. It's really fast. And then we got the Ice Beam, 55 energy cost. You also have like some fire moves or the fairy moves. This is what I got right now. The moves, not all the moves that I stated were set in stone today. Like, these are the moves that I have currently or that I've been looking at. But yeah, Alolan Ninetales, really good Pokemon. A couple honorable mentions, like I said earlier, we got the Grimer, we got Gardevoir, we got Crobat, we got Alolan Raticate, we got Alolan Muk, we got Venusaur. There's a lot of other good Pokemon. These are my personal favorite top 10. So yeah, like I said earlier, let me know what you think. Did you enjoy this top 10? Do you disagree on some of it? On this thing in particular? Let me know what you think, your thoughts and opinions. I am, like I said, not all knowing. I am not all powerful. So yeah, it was your boy, Matty F. Baby, bringing you some more Twilight Cup action, and I hope you enjoyed. Peace out, trainers. Have a good one.